Despite the difficulties that many Japanese automakers are facing today, their products are still highly sought after by both car enthusiasts and regular folks. Today, we'd like to showcase upcoming SUVs that Japanese manufacturers will be using to keep up with rising competition and win over the demanding buyers in 2025. Let's get started. Honda Passport. The Japanese automotive giant has just dropped the news about the upcoming adventure overhaul for the Passport midsize SUV. In 2026, the fourth generation of this moniker brings a 2.8-inch longer wheelbase, a higher ground clearance, a boxy design exterior, and a noticeable suspension improvement that includes stronger steel arms and cast iron knuckles in the front and a multi-link arrangement in the back. On the powertrain front, we're getting the brand's tried and tested naturally aspirated V6 with a 3.5-liter displacement, a 10-speed automatic, and an all-wheel drive with a torque vectoring system. With this setup, you can put to use 285 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. The increased size of the Passport has positively influenced the passenger legroom and increased cargo capacity to 83.5 cubic feet with folded rear seats. The technological package is represented by a 10.2-inch instrument cluster and a 12.3-inch touchscreen infotainment with built-in Google Suite and support of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Finally, overlanding fans should be eager to get their hands on the Trail Sport trim that's prepared for off-the-beaten-path exploration with additional skid plates, general grabber tires, 7 terrain-specific drive modes, more durable leather upholstery in the interior, as well as a panoramic sunroof and 4-season floor mats. Infiniti QX80. The Q80 has always been an eye-catching giant, but this time, besides trying to capitalize on the exterior extravagance, the new generation is going for radical innovations. The artistry in motion design language is all about blocky shapes, striking lightning elements with an illuminated logo, flush door handles with a light path function, and a dynamic metal body color that gives out a liquid metal feel. The major change is also happening under the hood. QX drops the traditional V8 engine in favor of a 3.5-liter V6 twin-turbo. It's estimated to crank out 450 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque. The next-gen Infiniti driving experience is also ensured by a 57% increase in the frame's lateral stiffness, a new power steering rack, an available electronic air suspension, and dynamic digital suspension. This perfect package is topped off by a first-class 7-seat cabin. The first 2 rows are heated, cooled, and massaged. There are 2 14-inch high-def screens, a 9-inch climate control screen, plus an audio system with up to 24 speakers. Acura ADX. As a response to the rapidly growing compact luxury crossover segment, Acura presented its smallest SUV to date. Following the brand's latest sporty design language with streamlined bodies and sharp edges, the 2025 Acura ADX rocks a diamond-cut grille with a shiny chrome logo in the middle, LED lighting, optional gloss black exterior trim, and large 19-inch wheels. Under the hood hides a 1.5-liter inline-4 engine with a turbocharger that uses a CVT to transfer the output to the front wheels, while the AWD is a paid option. To support the model's sporty character, a tuned independent suspension was also introduced. With the price starting at $35,000, the model brings premium features even for the base trim. There you'll find a 10.2-inch digital instrument cluster, a 9-inch infotainment display with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility, an 8-speaker sound system, and 3 bold colors for the interior. Mazda CX-80. Despite having close ties to the CX-60, the new Mazda crossover is larger across all dimensions. Available in 7 or 8-seat configurations, the latest model by the Japanese automotive giant offers a 123-inch wheelbase, measures nearly 197 inches in length, and gets 5 equipment grades to choose from. Among the available equipment, there are 2 drivetrain options: a plug-in hybrid based on a 2.5-liter inline-4 engine or a 3.3-liter 6-cylinder diesel with the M-Hybrid Boost Tech. The former mill comes paired with a 173 horsepower electric motor and a 17.8 kilowatt-hour battery, promising a 323 horsepower output, 33 miles of electric range, and solid performance parameters, namely a 6.8 second 0 to 60 mph time and a 121 mph maximum speed. The diesel engine is good for 254 horsepower, an 8.4 second 0 to 60 sprint, and a 136 mile/hour velocity. Both variants use an 8-speed automatic gearbox and get AWD as standard. Both trims of the CX-80 pack a 3-zone climate system, a 12.3-inch infotainment display, and an instrument cluster of the same diagonal. Optional equipment includes high-end Bose audio, 20-inch wheels, ventilated front seats, and kinematic posture control tech. Suzuki e-VITARA. Suzuki's first attempt at making an EV comes in the form of the compact crossover that is coming to the European, Indian, and Japanese markets in mid-2025. Based on the EVX concept, the newcomer utilizes a specially developed BEV platform that can incorporate an optional 4-wheel drive system. The e-VITARA gets an EV-specific closed-off grille, a wide stance with bulging wheel arches, 18 or 19-inch diamond-cut wheels, and a 7-inch ground clearance. Offered in 3 trim levels, this electric Suzuki offers 2 single-motor layouts with 142 and 171 horsepower outputs, while the torque parameter is identical at 139 pound-feet of torque. Single-motor powertrains are outfitted with 49 and 61 kilowatt-hour batteries with lithium iron phosphate cells. The range-topping dual-motor powertrain gets a 61 kilowatt-hour pack and an output boost to 181 horsepower and 221 pound-feet. Toyota Land Cruiser ROX. Are you ready for a trip to the automotive fantasyland arranged by Toyota? This funky-looking roofless SUV is how the Japanese giant sees the ultimate tool for exploring the unknown. Although the Land Cruiser ROX is just a showpiece built for the SEMA Auto Show, brand execs hinted at a roofless truck going into production sometime in the future. To develop this concept, the engineers customized or replaced at least 50% of the components of the latest-gen Land Cruiser. Besides the open roof, this build features beefed-up front and rear bumpers, skeleton doors, protective skid plates, a 4-inch lift kit, an independent suspension system, and flared wheel arches to accommodate larger 18-inch wheels wrapped in off-road tires. Finally, the concept rocks a vintage-inspired color palette with a spring green exterior and a heritage orange upholstery inside. Subaru Forester. The 2025 Forester gets a design refresh with refined body panels, a reimagined grille design, arrow-shaped LED headlights, and wheel options ranging from 17 to 19-inch wheels. Beneath its revamped bodywork lies the enhanced Subaru Global Platform. It's now 10% stiffer, features extra structural adhesive, and improves sound insulation for a quieter driving experience. The trim selector of the 2025 Forester has 5 options: Base, Premium, Sport, Limited, and Touring. The core features of the Forester still include the standard 2.5-liter 4-cylinder boxer engine, though it's slightly detuned to 180 horsepower. The Japanese crossover also boasts an 8.7-inch ground clearance, torque vectoring all-wheel drive, hill descent control, and a variation of the WRX's dual-pinion electronic power steering. Despite its rugged ambitions, this new Subaru gets a family-oriented cabin, including dual-zone climate control, a hands-free liftgate, an optional 11.6-inch vertical infotainment system, and the latest EyeSight safety suite. Toyota 4Runner. The new-gen model arrives based on the latest Tacoma truck, which means TNGA-F body-on-frame underpinnings, rugged exterior style, and a refreshed engine portfolio. The front-end design resembles the previous model, the wheelbase grows by 2.4 inches, and the SUV features a wider track and adds 3 inches to its overall width. The drivetrain selection consists of just 2 options. The base option is a 2.4-liter iForce turbo that replaces the 270 horsepower 4-liter V6 and makes 278 horses. There's also a hybrid version of the 2.4-liter turbo paired with a 48-horsepower motor and a 1.87 kilowatt-hour battery. The setup is rated for 326 horses and 465 pound-feet. Both engines are now using a new 8-speed automatic. RWD is standard for both, but part-time or full-time four-wheel drive are available. The 2025 model brings a total of 9 trim levels, including the newly added Platinum and the fan-favorite TRD Pro and Trailhunter. The most important inside-the-cabin upgrades are optional third row of seats, a 14-inch touchscreen infotainment, and a 12.3-inch digital gauge. Nissan Armada and Patrol. Known on the international market as the Patrol, this large Japanese SUV enters its next generation. The Armada gets the new twin-turbo 3.5-liter V6 with 425 horsepower and 516 pound-feet, but the Patrol also gets an entry-level, naturally aspirated 3.8-liter V6 with 320 horsepower. The twins share outstanding off-roading capability, ensured by the available full-time four-wheel drive system featuring a rear-locking differential and an adaptive electronic air suspension. This Nissan boasts a refreshingly technological cabin with dual 14.3-inch cinema-like displays, an additional heads-up display, an invisible hood view, and 3D intelligent surround view. The onboard system has built-in Google functionality, and it speaks through a premium audio system. The all-new Armada and Patrol greet you and your passengers with a lavish interior, featuring an array of desirable amenities such as zero-gravity seats, massaging climate-controlled front seats, multicolor ambient lighting, and a vast panoramic moonroof. Toyota Crown Sport. Last year, for the international market, Toyota introduced a brand new crossover model called the Crown Sport. The 5-seater is characterized by a muscular exterior and large 21-inch wheels. However, this year for the domestic market, the manufacturer went even further and made a more advanced Crown Sport variation with a plug-in hybrid powertrain. It consists of a 2.5-liter inline-4 engine and 2 electric motors that transfer 302 horsepower to the wheels via an all-wheel drive system. The estimated battery-only range is 56 miles, while the fuel consumption in the hybrid mode is equal to 48 miles per gallon. Once depleted, the batteries need up to 5 hours of charging from the standard home outlet, or about 40 minutes at the public charging station. Moreover, this powertrain supports the vehicle-to-home technology and can be used as a backup electricity source during blackouts. Do you think that Japanese manufacturers have gradually lost their image of reliability, or are they still holding strong? Make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments and check out other videos on the screen to support our channel. Have a good one, and may the torque be with you.